Welcome to the RawEdge YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Optimiser. Now, the Optimiser is a very powerful tool that's built within RawEdge to enhance the results of a winning or losing strategy. The Optimiser works by allowing you to run tens of thousands of combinations of the same strategy by changing the parameters of the stop loss, the take profits, the entry methods, the indicator parameters, trading sessions, and more. So what I'm going to do today is build a strategy from scratch, run it, check the results, and then we'll run it together through the Optimiser and see if we can improve it. Let's begin. Right guys, before we can use the Optimiser, we need to build a strategy. So firstly, we're going to click on Add Indicators and Conditions. And today we're going to add a liquidity grab. So I'm just going to add that to the chain. So I'm going to keep it on simple mode for this demonstration, and I'm going to select the liquidity grab type to bullish. I'm then going to add a second condition, which is a higher low. Now what I want to do, I want that higher low to trigger within the liquidity grab. In fact, I'm going to set that to a 30-minute liquidity grab, even though we're on a 1-minute time frame. You click on Formation Anchor, and that will make sure that higher low is formed within the 30-minute liquidity grab. I'm going to set the ATR to 1, and we'll look back 3 bars. Now I'm just going to keep it really simple and just mirror that to the short side. We can see a liquidity grab is on the chart here. This will be a 30-minute liquidity grab, which is highlighted on the 1-minute chart. For my entry conditions, I usually like a percentage-based stop loss, so I'm going to run that at 0.5% stop. And for my exit conditions, I'm just going to go for one trade at 1-to-1. Just going to risk 1% per trade on a balance of £10,000, and max open trades I'm going to set to 3. I'm going to let it trade during the London, New York and Asian sessions with weekend off, and I'm going to press run and we'll see what results we get. Right, so that back test is now complete, and as you can see, it's shown a 14% total profit and loss with a 37% drawdown over 487 trades, which is obviously not great. So now what we'll do, we'll jump over to the Optimiser. So we are now on the Optimiser page, and this is where you can change the parameters of your strategy. So we start off in the stop loss section. My stop loss is currently set to 0.5% from the entry price. However, I want to test some ATR based multipliers. I also want to try some different percentage based stops. You can also add additional stop loss methods, such as stops above the previous swing high or low, or look back over X amount of bars. But on this occasion, I'm just going to leave it on ATR and percentage of price. Now moving over to the entry method. You can leave it on as you built it. However, I want to look at pullbacks back into the liquidity grab. So I'm going to select a few random percentages here. You can set your own percentage if you like. I'm also going to leave it on market as my previous entry method as well. You've also got your exit and take profits, so we can look at single targets, 1R, 1.5R. You can also put in a custom number in this box here. I'm also going to look at even splits, so I'm looking at 1R, 2R, 1R and 3R, 1R and 4R. You can also do weighted splits, so 70% of the trade will close out on 1R and 30% on 2R, and it's all very easy. It's all very straightforward. Trailing, I'm going to put a trading stop loss at TP1. I'm going to leave it on a 1 minute time frame, but you can run the strategy on multiple time frames, as you can see, all the way up to monthly. You can also change the time frames of the condition. So remember, we set the liquidity grab to a 30-minute time frame liquidity grab. You can change that with these boxes here, and I'll select a couple of random ones. You can also change the parameters of the conditions. So you can change how many bars you look back for the higher lows, and also the parameters of the liquidity grab. You can also test it on multiple different instruments. I'm going to leave it on pound dollar for now. Costs are already pulled in from your broker, but if you want to change them or put in a custom figure, you can do that. Sessions, I'm going to test it on all hours, London, New York, Asian. I'm then going to test it on London and New York, London and Asian, New York and Asian, and I'll even throw in an ICT kill zone. Let's have a look. Let's test that one. We now have 8,640 combinations of the same strategy with slight variations. All you do now is press run, it will work away, and then once it's complete, it will provide us with a list of strategies, and we'll compare them to the original stats and see if we've actually improved the results. Right guys, the optimizer run is now complete. The results are in. It ran 8,640 combos, and the best result is traded purely during the Asian session, and it's increased the profit and loss from around 14% to 25%, and the big figure here is the drawdown. It's taken the drawdown from over 37% all the way down to just below 3. So you could quite easily now increase the position size of this strategy. You could increase it by 4 times, keep the drawdown below 12%, and turn that profit and loss figure into well over 100%. So what we've done here is turned a very average, really underperforming strategy, especially with that level of drawdown, 37%, into a really workable strategy, which should make you some money. So if you're happy with that, you just press save, and it'll be saved within your profiles, and it's up the top there. And that's it. That's how powerful the optimizer can be. You've taken a pretty poor strategy and turned it into something that could quite easily net you over 100% whilst keeping drawdown well below 12. We currently have a free trial running on RawEdge. Check it out on the website, 7-day free trial. You get full access to the whole system on the pro account, rawedge.io. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.